KTTC Sports presents brought to you by Pillar Flooring America. It's KTTC Game Day.
And welcome back to KTTC Game Day. I'm your host, Terry Raper, and we have a matchup for you tonight. Tonight we have the Owatonna Huskies versus the Century Panthers at Century's home stadium. Now tonight's matchup seems to be a David and Goliath matchup tonight. The 4-0 number 3 Owatonna Huskies coming into the Century Panthers Stadium to a winless Century Panthers team. Now they faced some adversity in this early portion of the season, 0-4 start, but they're working with a really young team. They have a first-year AD trying to change up some things in this program, and they're sort of in a rebuilding year. They only have 5 seniors starting on both sides of the ball versus this Owatonna team who's returning a ton of seniors that have been leading this division all season. Some players to look at. Owatonna's defense has been leading the league in stopping anybody scored against them. This Owatonna team has only allowed 2 touchdowns on them all season. Led by Blake Fitcher and Blake Davidson, this linebacking core for the Huskies have been all over the field, demolishing offenses all season. The Panthers currently winless. They're last in the class, but I spoke with first-year AD David Perkins and Century star running back Maxwell Elliott earlier, and they seem to have come up with some ways to maybe trick this defense or trick these Owatonna Huskies out of their position, trying to get them off guard, do some trick plays, and they're going to need to pull everything out of their bag that they can against these Owatonna Huskies if they want to pull out the W. I equate this game to David and Goliath earlier. Hopefully David can find a slingshot to take down these Giants. We're going to get you to the field in the action, a little pregame action here, and I'll be commentating with you all night. Century Panthers huddled up there on the sideline. They'll get ready to kick off this ball, and Owatonna will receive to start on offense. Now, I mentioned Owatonna's defense earlier. They've only allowed 2 touchdowns all season, but their offense has been doing really well as well, scoring 50 points against Hastings, 21-7 against Chanhassen, beating New Prague by 19-7, and running up the score 39-6 on Northfield. Players to watch on this Owatonna offense: Tristan Graham, last 2 games running back-to-back 100-yard games, averaging over 113 yards per game in division play. He's going to be a player to watch to see if this Century defense can find a stop for this Owatonna run game. Owatonna has been doing well in moving the ball on the ground and in the air. Quarterback Hunter Theus and Nolan Ginsky have been a 1-2 punch-out combination all season, with Nolan Ginsky averaging over 118 yards per game, over 400 this season thus far. So we're going to see if he could add another 100-yard game to this game tonight. Century Panthers getting ready to kick the ball off. Owatonna ready to receive, and we're going to get this game underway. Number 22, Brady Buckman, set to kick here. Caught in the end zone by number 1, Bentley Arvig. And that'll be a touchback. And Owatonna will start this game on offense from the 20-yard line.
Quarterback for the Owatonna Huskies. Christian Graham is in the backfield.
Huskies lining up in the gun, and they're going to start the game off with a run up the middle.
Graham with a carry.
Number 20, Tristan Graham with the carry in a short gain.
With a tackle. Second down and 7 for the Huskies.
Second and 7 for the Huskies. Another fake handoff up the middle, and that'll be a sack for the Century Panthers. Number 55, Sammy Abdallah with the play in the backfield, and that's going to be the spark that the Century Panthers need. They're going to need big plays from their defensive seniors all night. Sammy Abdallah, one of the few seniors in this Century defensive lineup. Owatonna drops back to pass, and he launches it deep. Man downfield, and that's a catch. Number 3, Nolan Ginsky, and they can't take him down. He's going to go from the 10 to the 5. He breaks the pylon, and it is a touchdown. Oh my goodness, what a pass and catch. Hunter Theus to his favorite target, number 3, the senior Nolan Ginsky with the touchdown, the broken tackles, and the yard after the catch to break it into the end zone. What a play. And that'll be the first touchdown of the game. The Huskies strike first blood. And the point after is good, and that's going to bring up 7-0 Owatonna Huskies. And they get out to an early lead. Now, if these Century Panthers are going to have a chance tonight, their defense is going to really have to step up. Now, Owatonna has many offensive weapons. Hunter Theus loves it to get it to Nolan every chance he gets, and if he's not passing it to Nolan, Tristan Graham is busting it up the middle. So the Century Panthers defense is going to have a challenge tonight. If they're stopping the run, they got to watch for the pass. And if they could get some stops in the pass game, then this run game is super effective as well. So we're going to see if the Century Panthers offense can answer what the Owatonna Huskies have opened this game with.
Seth Johnson will tee it up for the Huskies.
Number 2, Seth Johnson, set for the kickoff. And number 5, Miles Tesh brings it out for a decent kick return. And these Century Panthers will get a chance to show what they can do in offense.
First and 10, Panthers at the 31-yard line. Kane Stevenson is the quarterback. Maxwell Elliott.
Senior quarterback Kane Severson, opening this drive, and they're going to run up the middle. Max Elliott, and he's stopped by a gang of Huskies. Number 26, Blake Davison in there. One of the anchors in this linebacking core and this senior defensive leader. As I said before, the Huskies have one of the top defenses in the division. Another run, number 26, Elliott, and he's stopped in the backfield again. Number 26, Blake Davison. Number 10, Blake Fitchard. And I have a feeling that we're going to be calling these guys' names a lot. Two of the leading tacklers for this Owatonna Husky defense, with over 50 combined tackles in just the first 4 games of this season. Century Panthers drop back for the pass. Receiver knocked down. They're looking for a flag, and they get one. That's going to be pass interference on the Huskies. And that's going to give Century a first down, a much-needed first down.
Pass interference against Owatonna. Oops, the Century Panthers.
Century lining up with a man in motion. Drop back for the quick pass. Number 2, Jackson Esau with the catch in the short game. As long as these Century Panthers can make positive yardage on these plays and move the ball just slowly upfield, they might have a chance. As long as they're not making any major mistakes and major turnovers, and just play some consistent ball-moving offense, might keep them alive in this game. Century drops back with the pass and the rollout. Right pass to number 2, Jackson Esau, and it is a catch. They label it a catch. What a catch, number 2, Jackson Esau. And that'll move the chains for the Century Panthers. And it seems like Century coming out in this game playing with a chip on their shoulder. Lining up with 3 receivers on the far field. They're going to drop back and pass. He's going to launch another bomb. Oh, and pass broken up by number 3, Nolan Ginsky again.
Jackson Esau was the intended target.
Nolan Ginsky, one of their star senior players on both sides of this field, leading in receptions and interceptions, scoring touchdowns on both sides of the field. So Century's going to have to be careful launching the ball up to his side. Century with the pitch to number 26, Maxwell Elliott, for a decent short gain.
Maxwell Elliott for the carry. Blake Davison with a tackle. Third down and 8 for the Panthers.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Century Panthers. Offense not doing too bad, managing the game very well, moving the ball, running, passing against a tough defense such as this. They're playing pretty effectively.
Timeout.
Century seemed to not be able to get the play off in time, and they're going to call a timeout. Century offense coming out playing well. A big passing catch for a big game for the Century Panthers, and they've been able to move the ball effectively 3 to 4 yards of play, getting a couple penalties on their side to help them move the ball forward, but they're not playing too bad against this Owatonna defense, who has been shutting offenses out. So this is pretty good for the Century Panthers to be moving the ball this well this early in the game. But we'll see if this will result in some points on the board for the Century Panthers as they line up for the next play on offense. Century with the handoff to Elliott. Tries to break some tackles, but he's caught in the background. Number 26, Blake Davison, again in there on the tackle. And man, is this linebacking core all over the field. This Owatonna defense swarming every play on the ground. These linebackers are getting in the backfield and causing some noise. Century drop back to pass under pressure, and he overthrows his receiver, number 2, Jackson Esau.
Jackson Esau was the intended target, incomplete. Owatonna will take it over on possession.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs for these Century Panthers. Able to move the ball downfield, but not able to convert any points on this board. And it seems like Owatonna is going to take over on offense. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in this first quarter. Let's see if the Owatonna Huskies can repeat their last drive and get it back in the end zone. Owatonna lining up in the gun. And they hand off for the run up the middle with a short gain.
Christian Graham with a carry.
Number 77, Quinn Williams, in there on the tackle.
Sammy Abdallah with another tackle.
Along with number 55, defensive end senior Sammy Abdallah.
For the Huskies.
Huskies put a man in motion, and they're going to do another run up the middle, and another tackle by number 55, Sammy Abdallah, assisted with number 77, Quinn Williams. This Century defensive line doing a good job getting in the backfield.
Third down and 4 for the Huskies.
The Huskies running that run option. Trying to get the defensive end off his tail. Owatonna with the drop back and the rollout. Quick pass caught by number 3, Nolan Ginsky, for the short gain.
Nolan Ginsky.
And that will move the chains for the Owatonna Huskies.
The host of Panthers on the prowl.
Owatonna dropping back in the gun. He's going to drop back for the pass. Under pressure, he's going to move it with his feet, and he's taken down. Number 11, Kane Severson, along with number 55, Sammy Abdallah, in there on the tackle.
Coming in with a tackle. Second down and 9 for Owatonna.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Just around 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first quarter. Owatonna putting the man in motion. And that's going to be a delay of game on the Huskies, not able to get the playoff in time.
Encroachment, delay of game against Owatonna.
Seemed like they were having trouble getting the play in. Trying to drop back for the pass, and it's going to be a screen. Number 81, Zach Harstad, with a big catch, big yards after the catch, and he's finally taken down at around the 20.
Jackson Esau with the tackle. That's an Owatonna first down.
Owatonna continuing to move these chains. The Century Panthers able to handle the run pretty well, but this pass game is eating them alive. Another run up the middle, number 20, Tristan Graham with the carry. Bring up 2nd and 4 for the Huskies. Just over 2 minutes left in this first quarter, trying to put some more points on the board before this quarter ends. Dropping back in the gun, they're going to hand out to number 20, Tristan Graham, once again. Another short gain.
Tristan Graham on the carry.
Will move the chains. That'll bring another first down for the Huskies.
Aiden Krause for the tackle.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Huskies moving to the line, lining up in that shotgun offense. Owatonna with the drop back, and he's looking for number 2 in the corner, and he grabs it down. That's going to be a touchdown. He had his feet in. That is number 2, Seth Johnson, the senior, with the reception and the touchdown. That'll be another score for the Owatonna Huskies, putting more points on the board through this pass game.
Seth Johnson will take the extra point.
Field goal is good, and that'll put the Huskies up 14-0 against the Century Panthers. Owatonna going up 14-0 against these Century Panthers, moving the ball extremely well during the air, efficiently and effectively. Their receivers are making some big grabs on these defensive backs for the Century Panthers, and then breaking tackles to get the ball downfield and get the yards after the catch. The Century Panthers are going to have to find an answer to this pass game. The defensive line has been playing pretty well effectively in shorting the run game, not exactly stopping it, but they have been doing a good job of not letting anything break big over the ground. But these defensive backs are going to have to find a way to cover these Husky receivers. Huskies getting ready to kick off, and we're going to get you back to the action. Ball fielded by number 5, Miles Tesh, bringing it out, and he's going to be wrangled down by number 32, Carter Flatland.
Mitchell Clark for the tackle. 1st and 10, Century at the 20-yard line.
And that'll bring this Century offense back out on the field. Again, Century's going to have to find a way to move the ball and get some first downs and move the ball downfield. With just a minute left in this first quarter, trying to put some points on the board. Century hasn't been too keen this season on finding the end zone, only averaging 5 points per game in their first 4 games. And they'll run it up the middle, number 26, Maxwell Elliott, and he's going to be stopped just about the line of scrimmage.
Maxwell Elliott with the carry.
Maxwell Elliott, number 26, the sophomore running back. And like I said earlier, this Century team is pretty young, full of sophomores and juniors, only about 5 seniors on the roster. And they have put a heavy load on this sophomore Maxwell Elliott as he carries his offense as the leading rusher as just a sophomore. Century drops back for the pass, under pressure, moving his feet, and there should have been, if he had pulled that one down, that could have been a touchdown. Number 5, Miles Tish with the drop right through his hands. And that was a decent pass from Kane Severson, under pressure in the pocket, able to move his feet, dodge that sack and get the ball off, and it was a perfect pass, just fell right through his hands. And that'll bring up 3rd down for the Century Panthers. Century dropped down to pass with the screen pass. I believe they call that a drop. He wasn't able to wrangle it in. That's going to be a 4th down for the Century Panthers. Deep in the Century territory, they're going to punt this one out with just 10 seconds left in this first quarter.
Luke Weber, a deep for the Huskies. Brady Bootman will punt it for the Panthers.
Oh, and the punt is blocked. And recover, number 21, Darian Stransky with a defensive touchdown.
Darian Stransky.
I believe that's the third defensive touchdown of the season for these Owatonna Huskies.
Owatonna will start at the 1-yard line.
The Huskies, one of the top-rated defenses in this division. You see why this team is ranked number 3 in the division. And they're going to go for 2 on this one. Pitch to number 20, Tristan Graham, and he's just going to walk it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Graham with another Huskies touchdown.
And that's going to put Owatonna up 22-0 on these Century Panthers, with just 1 second left on the clock.
Jeff Johnson with a point after.
I was wrong. That was a touchdown, and now they're going for the extra point. And it's good.
1 second left in the first quarter. Owatonna 21, Century nothing.
It seems the recovery wasn't a touchdown. My apologies. They did score on that next play, and it is now 21-0. Owatonna Huskies, 1 second left in this quarter, and they're going to kick it off to the Century Panthers. And they're going to open up this second quarter on offense.
Miles Guest and Malachi Campenbang for deep. Johnson will tee it up for the Huskies.
Owatonna with the kickoff. Miles Tish fumbles it a little bit. We're able to recover. I'm sorry, Malachi
With the return.
with the reception, and that'll close out this first quarter. Owatonna Huskies up 21, Century Panthers 0 at the end of the first quarter. This is KTTC Game Day. I'm your host, Terry Raper, and we'll be back with some second quarter action right after this commercial break.